He's a winner, he's a star. He's a prince among men. Always going way too far. He's a prince among men. He's always right cause he knows what's what. Winning is his game, he's always said. He's the best, he's the prince, and he's got the lot. And he hasn't let it go to his head. He's a winner, he's a star. He's a prince among men.
If you want my opinion, Des, that lad is a waste of space. He's not had a decent shot on target all match. He should be dropped, preferably into a bucket of boiling fat. As for Ginola, crapola.
Gary, do we have to have the running commentary?
Yes, we do, sweetheart. I'm working and practicing with summarising technique. And Gary McAllister, I don't know why I got out of bed this morning. He's trying, but he's rubbish. To me, the man of the match is, in fact, the crowd. They're showing some enthusiasm. That's what I miss, you know.
Are you talking to me, or are you still addressing your public?
You. I'm just saying the noise of the crowd, there's nothing like it. It's the best feeling in the whole world.
The very best?
Oh, yeah. Thousands and thousands of people cheering you, chanting your name, worshipping you, really. That's what I used to like. Somehow opening supermarkets isn't quite the same. It'll be great to be part of that again.
You know, you will be in the TV studio. You won't actually be where the action is.
Sweetheart, I'll be at the nerve centre with Des. I'll be seeing all the games, and they'll be giving me in-depth expert analysis.
You.
Oh, what are you doing, you stupid tosser?
Do you speak as an expert? You know you won't be able to say that on the television.
But that's what they want. Outspoken, controversial. That's me. That's why the BBC have booked me. Alan said, we want you to offer your opinions to the nation. I said, don't worry, Al. That's what I do anyway. I'm going to be the voice of the terraces.
Yeah, but without the language of the terraces.
Too bloody right.
All I'm saying, Ron, it's unfair to ban him. He knew they were drug testing, but he thought he had to take the drugs himself. That's why he'd taken so many.
Lager, please, Vince.
Do you mind? You can see I'm talking.
Have one yourself.
Excuse me, Ron.
Vince, here's a question for you. Jimmy Hill, Alan Hansen, Gary Lineker, Gary Prince, what have they got in common?
I've never rated any of them.
They're all football experts for the BBC.
You?
The World Cup, I'm giving me expert analysis.
Well, I'll be watching ITV. I'm not switching you on to see a show off. I can get enough of that day after day.
There's going to be no holds barred. I'm going to be frank, provocative.
Mouthy. You always were, Noel. You don't know the first thing about football.
Oh, no. And how many England caps have you got? Vince, I played at the highest level in England and in Germany for 13 years.
Look, that's exactly the point. All you've ever done is play the game. You've never watched it, and you've never understood it. Eh? If you want to learn about football, you've got to go and stand on the terraces.
Vince, nobody stands on terraces these days.
They do here.
Yo, they don't in the Football League.
I'm talking about real football, grassroots football, amateur football, places like here.
Vince, you're not amateur. You pay the players.
Unofficially, and you keep your mouth shut about that. The point I'm trying to make is that I understand football because I'm a fan, and you don't because you're not.
Vince, you are not a football fan. You're a Fernie Heath fan. There's a big difference.
I've lived football, I've breathed football, I've imbibed football for over 50 years. You're just a Johnny-come-lately. I've seen all the best players, all the best matches, and I've learned from them.
OK. What's the best match you've ever seen?
Easy. Fernie Heath versus Cadishead. December the 2nd, 1982, 1-0, a disputed penalty in extra time.
Vince, what about United destroying Benfica in '68? The Brazil-Italy final in '70? England and Germany in Euro '96?
All right, I suppose, but the Cadishead match had everything. Gentle drizzle, a muddy pitch. They had a perfectly good goal disallowed, and we played most of the second half with a man short because Terry Wilson was sent off for making an indecent assault on their centre half.
That's a great match.
Yeah, it is in my book. We won, didn't we? Oh, and that'll be £14.80.
What, for a bottle of lager?
And there's mine. You said, will you have one yourself?
Yeah.
Well, I'm having a bottle of scotch.
He probably wants to promote me. Maybe take over from Des.
Well, I wouldn't get your hopes up.
He might want me to be the new Sue Barker.
That should be interesting. Realignment talks, that's what he said. I wrote it down. Realignment talks vis-a-vis a mutually beneficial situation.
Yeah, they always say that.
That's probably why I didn't understand them.
Come. Gary. Nick Younger.
Where's Alan?
Oh, Alan's been promoted, sideways. He's now with BBC Prime, Human Resources and Catering. I'm the new broom, as it were. Before I say anything, can I just say, I'm a fan.
Thanks. Thanks a lot, Nick. This is Dave Perry.
Hi there. I watched all your matches, too.
Oh, I never played football, mate.
Oh, sorry. Thinking Nobby Styles. Anyway, down to business. Take a pew, guys. Take a pew. Now, I've only been in the hot seat here for, well, what is it? 3 days. But in that time, I have reassessed our quality awareness, reappraised our product base, and so on and so forth. And I think we need a bit of a shake-up. We've got to deliver to the customers the product that the customers want. Now, I don't know if you know, but in a couple of weeks, we've got the World Cup coming up.
I have heard a rumour, yeah. And maybe you've not been informed, Nick, but I'm part of the BBC team.
Coming to that, what I want to say is this. We are going to win.
Well, I think we could, actually. We'll certainly get through the group.
No, we're going to win against ITV. I'm talking ratings here. Well, that's where the real battle lies. Now, research has shown that you are one of the best-known personalities in association football.
There you are, Dave. One of the most popular players in the game, me.
No, one of the best-known.
What's the difference?
Leave it, Gary.
We do want you on board. We're looking for the right kind of window.
What you really need then's a Porto, eh?
But we do need to make some changes. Now, research has shown that you are perceived to be loud-mouthed, arrogant, opinionated, smug.
It's fair enough. You can't argue with that, can you?
Oh, yes, and vulgar.
Hey, Nick, I'm the voice of the terraces.
Well, now, that's exactly what we want to avoid. You see, there are no terraces anymore. It's a modern game. That's why we need younger, fresher faces. Well, obviously, we can't do anything about that. But we can do something about your image, style, presentation, so on and so forth.
Nick, I don't want to be rude, but it seems to me that you're not getting our relationship off to a flying start here. Gary Prince knows about appearing on TV. Appearing on TV is a Gary Prince thing.
I know. I've seen some of the clips. But don't worry. This time we're gonna get it right. I want you to meet with our image consultants.
I think I'll pass on that if you don't mind.
They restyled the Labour Party.
I'll definitely pass on that.
I say, I want you to meet with them. What I actually mean is, I'm telling you to meet with them. Otherwise, you don't do the job.
Tomorrow morning, all right?
Ah, come on, this is silly. Look, I've been booked for ages. I mean, at this stage, who are you going to get to do the gigs?
Oh, well, we did think of gigs. Ryan gigs. But at the moment, we're talking to Gary McAllister. Anyway, if you don't do it, he will.
Shall we say 8:30 in the morning?
That Nick has got some neck. What was that bit at the end about new blood? I'll show him some new blood, 2 pints of his own on the flaming carpets. That job is mine.
It's McAllister.
Going up.
Sonia, get in touch with Catherine. Tell her that Gary's going to need some new publicity shots. Set up a session, will you?
Okay.
So how did it go with the chap from the BBC?
Not too good. He was a bit of a prat.
Yeah, I know. I try not to take him with me if it's an important meeting.
No, I don't mean Gary. I mean this new bloke at the BBC, this Nick Younger.
Nick Younger? Hey, he's got a damn good reputation.
Does he?
Yeah, he used to be head of corporate management at Three Rivers Water.
Well, I don't know what he's doing running TV sport. I don't think he does either.
Management's management. I mean, the principles are the same wherever you are.
Does he know anything about sport?
He doesn't need to. It's not his job. Though, coming from the water board, I expect he's au fait with fishing, swimming, water skiing, that sort of thing.
Oh, blinded, well, he's in danger of being overqualified then.
You know, having Gary as a World Cup pundit will be really good for this organisation. High profile, lots of TV exposure. It's essential for a personality-based industry like this one.
When you go out on a gig with him, you know, after dinner speeches, sportsman's dinners and all that kind of thing, the punters, they always like him.
It's amazing, really.
No, it's not. He comes across as one of the lads. He's a cheeky chappy, you see. He's been there, he's done that, he's earned a fortune, but he hasn't lost a common touch.
It is a very good act when you come to think about it.
It's not an act. Don't contradict Mr. Fitzherbert, Sonia.
The only thing is now he's got to see these image consultants.
Oh, really? Why's that?
Well, this Nick Younger seems to think that Gary doesn't fit the face of the modern game. They want to change his style, and I think they're wrong. I just hope they see him for what he really is.
I'm sure they will.
Well, they'll probably try and smooth out the rough edges. Might see if they can get him to speak properly. Standard English, as I call it. I do hope so, because if there's one thing I can't abide, it's a regional accent. Really? I mean, they can get away with it on ITV because they are regional. But you expect something a little more classy from the British Broadcasting Corporation.
Well, if they've got any sense, they'll keep Gary a bit raw, you know. A bit OTT. Like old Cluffy. He used to do it. You know, slag everybody off.
What, so Gary becomes the person we all love to hate?
No, it's not that. It's more like the man in a pub. You know, Gary Prince has always got an opinion.
Yes, and he's always right, as he's very fond of telling us.
The only football pundit I ever really liked was Sir Bobby Charlton.
He's got a regional accent.
Don't be silly, Sonia. He's got a knighthood. How could he have a regional accent?
He's a Geordie.
You're thinking of his brother, Jack. He's not a sir. He's the Geordie.
Thanks, Beverly. You know, I don't think I'd really fancy going to see an image consultant.
Oh, you wouldn't need to, Mr. Fitzherbert. English gentlemen are born. They can't be manufactured.
And we're not in the spotlight, are we? I mean, we don't need to worry about our public image, do we?
I wouldn't say that.
I haven't even got an image.
I think you have, Sonia.
Really?
This is a flaming liberty. I'm the last person in the world who needs a consultant to advise me about me image. I've got a fan club, for heaven's sake.
Oh, that woman in Peterborough.
Not just that one. There's lots of them, actually. What I'm saying is, how many footballers or ex-footballers have got a fan club?
I don't know.
No, but I know I've got one, because I started it. I'm famous, I'm constantly in demand. And now I've got some little drip from Three Rivers Water telling me what to do. Ordinary people out there like me the way I am. The little people in their little houses. To them, I'm a working-class hero. Well, I'm not working class anymore, obviously. I'm rich and successful. You wouldn't catch me dead in one of those pokey little houses.
Maybe you're just too big a personality for them.
No, Alan thought it was okay. Is this new bloke, this Nick Younger person? That's it, isn't it? He's a younger person. No experience. What the hell does he know?
Well, why don't you just play along with it, Gary? I mean, go and see what the image consultant has to say. You've often said yourself, everything can be improved.
Yeah, but it wasn't talking about me.
Beverly, everything we've got on index-linked marginals, please. Shagger, donkey. Very well, thanks. No, much better. Well, thanks again for a great evening. No, all the stains came out. Look, apropos our conversation re-pension provision, now, I appreciate that you can't say too much about government plans, but on the basis of you scratch mine and I'll scratch yours, if I were to say index-linked marginals, would you say you're getting hot donkey or you're getting cold donkey? Really? So I'm a hot donkey? Shagger, what can I say? Bolly, bolly, bolly. Cheers, old man. Friend of mine from the Treasury.
Yes, I'm sure.
Thank you, Beverly. You know, I think it could be splendid if Gary is very busy with the World Cup.
Yes, I suppose so.
It means he won't be hanging around the office every day.
I think they make too much fuss about football. There's going to be nothing else on the television. Not everybody's interested. I go to a football match every week and I don't like it.
Well, why'd you go?
I go in a medical capacity.
Oh, that's right, yeah, with the St. John's ambulance, Johnnies.
The most venerable order of St. John of Jerusalem, actually.
Oh.
No, I think football brings out the worst in people. Give me a craft fair any day. You never have shouting or swearing or spitting at a craft fair. And I've yet to see anyone screaming abuse at the judge of the homemade jam competition. Actually, I'd tell a lie, but I think that woman had something wrong with her. No, it wouldn't bother me if they banned football matches altogether.
What, and had craft fairs instead?
Well, why not?
Here are today's results. Handmade fudge 2, fluffy toilet roll holders 3. Don't think it'd catch on somehow.
There you go, Kirsty.
Thank you. Okay, let's look at the various options. You could go for a casual, relaxed style and wear an open neck shirt. Or would you prefer to go for a tie that says authority?
How would it be if I went for something in the middle?
Sorry?
You know, if I wore a tie around my waist? Would that say I was being casually authoritative or authoritatively casual? Or would it simply say I couldn't keep my trousers up?
We do need to address this.
I draw the line at dress.
Our clothes make statements. What does a tie say to you?
I've never had a conversation with a tie. Well, I have, actually, in a restaurant in Bangkok.
Look, we need to think colours. I'm thinking russet. It says authority, but in a kind and caring way. It's autumnal, mellow, relaxed. Have a look at this. The world of colours.
Oh, does it come with a set of crayons?
Sorry?
Oh, never mind, Kirsty. Someone's coloured it in already.
OK, let's forget about clothes for the moment. Let's think presentation. If you're on television talking about football, we want the customers to perceive you as an expert.
I am a flaming expert.
It doesn't matter what you are, it's how you're perceived. Now, let's talk about your voice.
I'm going off you, you know, Kirst.
When you get excited, you squeak.
I don't squeak.
Our company worked with Mrs. Thatcher. We lowered her voice by a full octave. A deeper voice says authority.
Kirsty, do you know anything at all about football?
No,
Well, what makes you think you can come here and tell me what to say and how to say it?
because we're talking style, not content. It doesn't matter whether you're talking about sport or politics, it's all the same.
It bloody is not. If Des Lynam says to me, Gary, what do you think about Tunisia versus England? He's not going to be best pleased if I start giving him my opinions about cutting benefits for single parents and the disabled, which, incidentally, I'm in favour of.
Another thing, don't point.
Why not? I like pointing. Pointing happens to be a hobby of mine.
If you point on television, you'll come over as aggressive. And we need to make you more user-friendly. Difficult, I know, but we'll get there. If we can do it for the politicians, we can do it for you. Now, you come from Liverpool, don't you, Gary?
10 out of 10 for that one, Professor Higgins.
Now, I think Liverpool's a lovely place.
Do you? I hated it.
But the accent, I'm afraid it grates rather. Could you be a little less Liverpudlian?
Could you be a little less rude to me in my own house?
It would help with the overall image.
Stuff that.
It sometimes helps to count to 3 before we speak so that we don't blurt out the wrong thing.
1, 2, 3, stuff that.
You're not taking this very seriously, are you, Gary?
No, Kirsty, it's a load of cack. And me, I am what I am. You cannot improve on that. All this image nonsense, it's not real. It's the bland leading the bland. Where are the personalities? Alan, in his wisdom, booked me for me personality.
Alan, in his wisdom, got the sack.
Maybe you better count to 5.
So what else did she say?
What didn't she say? It was like a character assassination. It's all snobbery, you know. Didn't like me clothes, me voice, me accent.
Beverly said they wouldn't like your accent.
Thank you, Sonia. I merely meant, Mr. Prince, that on the BBC one expects to hear nice voices from nice people. I mean, the BBC goes into everybody's homes, proper, nice, decent homes, so they have to maintain a standard. It's not like, say, satellite TV, which is for people on council estates. You'd be fine on that.
Bev, I've built an industry on being me. I'm not going to go changing who I am just so as I can get on the telly on the BBC. I'm a man of principle.
Good for you, Gary.
I'm not a man of straw. Don't just bend in the wind.
You've never been a bender, have you, Gary?
No.
Well, if you're not going to play ball, Gary, I think you'd better tell Nick Younger. But if you don't do it his way, I don't think you're going to be doing it at all.
I'll tell him, all right.
Good, he's coming over later.
Hey?
Yeah, he phoned up. He's up visiting Gary McAllister.
Yeah?
Gary's laid up. Apparently, someone attacked him in the BBC and busted his nose.
Really? Yeah, what's the world coming to, eh? Still, if it was at the BBC, I expect it was a nice person that did it, eh, Bev?
Gary will be down in a minute.
Oh, great. Just a flying visit, this one. See how it went with Kirsty this AM, vis-à-vis image evaluation, repackaging, so on and so forth. Was it thought-provoking, do you know?
Yes, I think Gary found it provoking. He is very much looking forward to being on the World Cup panel.
Yeah, I'm sure he is. No one doubts his enthusiasm.
Yes, he is always enthusiastic. It's one of his strengths. And he also always says what he thinks. You know, with Gary, what you see is what you get. It's not that easy to change him.
Sorry to keep you waiting, Nick. I've been changing. Can I get you a drink? Water, perhaps? Three Rivers, naturally.
No, nothing for me, thanks. Like the suit.
Thanks, Nick. I like yours. With this suit, I'm saying authority. A business suit means I mean business.
Ah, it's coming across, Gary.
And the tie, I could be casual.
No.
But I prefer authority. Authority in a kind and caring way. It's russet, autumnal, mellow and relaxed. I've got a wonderful book, Nick. It's called The World of Colours.
What? I've got that book. That book is my Bible.
I wouldn't go that far. I think it's good to be restrained and understated.
Oh, yeah. It's a good point, Gary. You know, I think I will have that glass of water with you.
Right, that's 2 3 Rivers coming up then.
I'll get it, Gary. I think I could do with a drink.
Oh, 3 3 Rivers then. Nick, please, take a seat. Let me show you something that I have been working on. Well, Desmond, what a match this has turned out to be. And may I say what excellent camera work from the BBC. So much better than what you get at the ITV.
Good.
And what about Ginola? In my opinion, Ginola is man of the match. Running a close second has to be McAllister for his tireless work in midfield. Nick, how is Gary, by the way?
Oh, out of action, I'm afraid, and out of the frame. He won't be part of our World Cup panel.
What a terrible shame, eh?
Which is why I'm so pleased that you've developed this new style. I mean, you and Kirsty have obviously been doing some excellent creative work. Now, I thought she'd have a huge input.
Yes, she did, though I tried not to look.
Oh, well, as you know, we do want you on board, and, well, I think you've got your foot on the gangway.
Brilliant.
Yeah, I'd like you to have a look at these. They're the squads for the teams in Group F. If you could just, well, learn them, really.
What, the whole lot of them?
Yeah.
I thought I'd be doing the England matches, Nick.
Well, they're the prestige matches. Let's not try to run before we can walk.
Dejan Savicevic. Dragan Stokovic. Oh, this is awful. They all sound the same to me. They're all Viches.
Yeah, and you can't tell which is which.
Hey, what about this one? Preki Radosavljevic?
Another Yugoslav.
No, he's American. And this lot's even worse. Reza Aga Mohammadi. Goh Lam Reza I guess Bowie. Yahya Gol Mohammadi. How am I going to get me gob round that lot?
Who is in Group F?
Iran, America, Yugoslavia, and Germany.
Oh, Germany.
I've got the warmongers group.
Thank you, Gary.
I shouldn't be doing Group F. I should be doing the England matches. That's what people are interested in.
Who's in your first match?
Iran versus America.
Okay. Iran number 7.
Farsad Fazla Hatzada.
No.
Vorad Maradi. Chicken Danzak. I don't know. No one needs to know this stuff. It's all too technical. You just call them all the lad. Des, the Iranian lads are playing great, especially the big lad at the back. When he hit that long ball to the little fat lad up front, fantastic. And with the Americans, it's even easier. Just call them all the big-headed lad.
No, you are going to have to be careful what you say. I mean, America versus Iran, it is going to require a certain diplomacy.
Sweetheart, just leave that to me, yeah? I know what I'm doing. Expert analysis and a few gags. Anyway, once I'm on. It's live TV. They can stick all this image rubbish. They get the real Gary Prince, the voice of the terraces, live and unleashed.
Get him on the set immediately.
He's just come in. He's been in wardrobe.
He's changed. Why has he changed his suit?
Well, he did look a bit of a ponce in that other suit.
OK, Des, you just relax, matey. You'll be all right with me. You're working with a professional now. All right, good.
Come into studio in 5, 4, 3.
2, 1.
Well, we've got an interesting match in prospect for you now. I've got Gary Prince in the studio with me, and we'll be getting his thoughts in just a moment.
Hey, not just my thoughts, Des, but the thoughts of the man on the terraces. You see, I know what the ordinary bloke thinks. Not because I'm ordinary, but because I'm a fan.
Right. So, America versus Iran. What do you think's in store for us in this one?
Well, frankly, Des, who gives a monkeys? Nobody's interested in this lot, are they? I know I'm not. I'm only interested in watching England, seeing our lads stuff everyone. I want to quite like watching Scotland lose.
Right, what do you see as the key players in today's game?
Well, the big lad at the back and the little fat lad up front. And, of course, the other lad on the wing. And in the circumstances, I think he could be a key lad.
Mrs. Welch, he can't say this. There are millions of people watching.
Not anymore. They'll have switched off.
I'm not being too technical for you, am I, Des?
Not yet. I was hoping for just a little bit more from you, to be honest.
Will somebody please shut him up?
You see, the Yanks don't play our sort of football, do they? I mean, their football's all padding and posing. They shouldn't really be in the competition, Des.
Well, all right, then what about Iran?
Hey, I'm not going to say anything about Iran. I'm not stupid, me. Going back to the Yanks, though.
Look, well, perhaps it's time to bring in Randy K. Thompson Jr., the former US coach, and Ali Aziz, the former Iranian international. They're with us. And
the Yanks, yeah, go back to the Yanks. I've got this gag. Bill Clinton's feeling Randy, OK? Not you, Randy, the other.
Sir, you insult my flag
Gary,
and my president.
Gentlemen, could we just relax?
Our two great nations will act as one. I've got another gag.
Humble apologies. Let's go straight over now to our commentary team at the stadium.
More comedy later tonight here on BBC One when Jean plays peacemaker as time goes by at 8:50. It's down to the last 3 next this afternoon, but who will be crowned Junior MasterChef?
The Hall of Fame, he's an all-time great, the finest football player of his day. Patted on the back by the hand of fate, and I wouldn't have it any other way. He's the winner, he's a star, he's a prince among men.